6-point difference in free throws for Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan took over in that second quarter after a very sluggish first. Rochester finally got things back and got things going, but it took to the 5-minute mark after that first tie for Rochester to start scoring. Up to that point, they'd only scored 8 points in the quarter. But yeah, even on the boards there, and we said Lake Michigan is not going to roll over lightly. We're definitely not going to see a 122-97 game here today. I think it's going to be a lot closer.
Well, leading the way for Lake Michigan is Nick Waddell. He's got 12 points. And Jerome Odom with 10. That was a big first quarter for him. A lot of those points came in 9 for Franklin. And one of the most interesting things about this game, you had to say, is the fact that Corey Allman, who had 30 in game 1, 16 points thus far in this game in the first half, 11 for Jerice Crouch. So the Razorsharks getting a big effort from Gabe Freeman, who was sick in game 1. Did not play that well, obviously, wasn't 100%. He's come out today to try to put the nail in the coffin for the season for Lake Michigan.
And for Allman, 13 of those points came in the second quarter. So he has gotten started. So he's perhaps on his way to 30 as we get going. This will be a fun ride.
So the Rochester Razorsharks and Lake Michigan Admirals here at the Blue Cross Arena. Waddell with it, working against Stover. Same starting 5 for Rochester and for Lake Michigan. As that ball floats around, hits every part of that rim, and then finally falls down for Jerome Odom. So Lake Michigan, first to get on the board. Corey Ullman, three's no good. Freeman, rebound, and putback.
So Freeman starting off here in the second half as he did in the first.
Off the hands and out of bounds. Turnover. Rochester and Lake Michigan close in turnovers. Rochester with 6, Lake Michigan with only 4. Tied with assists. Rochester out rebounding, I believe, Lake Michigan at halftime.
That's not going to work for a time. Check out the time on the board.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Actually, that would have worked. It's a tick. That's all it is.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. 11 minutes left to go here, third quarter. Jerice Crouch with it. Troy Franklin Jr. on him. Said before he had a pretty good first half for the Admirals. Gabe Freeman one-on-one. Crossover. Can't get it to fall, though, with Barfield all over him.
He put that up falling away from the rim and missed. Crouch had a terrific first half with 11.
Franklin, Barfield top of the key. One-on-one with Freeman, trying to back him down. Waddell thought about it, trying to get Stover out. Layup's no good. Freeman, a lot of contact with him and Barfield. Foul call.
So, Nate Barfield's going to get called for the foul. 6'9", 230 is Barfield out of Langston University. So it's been the Freeman and Crouch show with some Corey Ullman sprinkled in there and a little Anthony Stover.
A little less than 10.5 left to go here in this third quarter.
Todd Helton gets into the game, but only 2 there.
Well, James Helton from outside in that corner.
I'm still in baseball season.
Yeah, it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, James. Sorry to the Helton family. They're probably watching saying, come on, that's my boy.
For Lake Michigan, Odom, Waddell, they're trying to get Stover in foul trouble, but Stover has been in a problem for them. And
Stover's coming up limping, and that's twice Waddell has gone to the hoop and missed on a layup. Waddell is so big that he should be able to go right to the hoop, but he just can't get around Stover.
Well, Stover's arms are extremely long, and Stover has got a few inches on Waddell, but Waddell is just trying to sneak it past him. Plus, you get to draw some fouls.
Yeah.
Get a big out of the game.
They're talking to each other, too. Oof.
Allman just ran into a wall.
Yeah, the Waddell wall. Oh, he walked a little bit there. No basket.
He's saying it was a half step. They're saying it was a full step.
Yeah, Robert Spahn didn't like the call either.
Turnover is what the call is. 9:42 left to go here in this third quarter. Rochester with a 7-point lead. Odom gets the foul call on the three. That's going to be on Corey Allman.
Yeah, Corey bumped him.
And so that would put Odom at the line, shooting three. So just when the Razorsharks look like they want to pull away, the Admirals want to come right back.
I mean, he touched him after the shot. It just literally brushed him on the elbow. Odom was the only basket for the only points now for the Admirals here in the third. Opened up with that basket, and now it's put in 2 of 3 here.
Well, you get to stop the clock, so to trim the lead down a bit, and works all to the Admirals' benefit as long as they hit their free throws. And Odom does a good job of that.
Yeah, so 3 of 3 here after going 4 of 9 in the first quarter. They didn't get to the line enough in the first quarter, and that was a bit of a difference as well. That may change.
Thought about it for a minute. Ferguson's on him, working hard, gets it back. Crouch for 3 is good. Jerice Crouch. Jerice Crouch, so funny. His family here and supporters here with the Razorsharks. Jerice, a long-time Rochester Razorshark, just a good player and a good person. And I'm not sure if it was a family member or what, or fan, but they said, "Listen, I got to work on Monday, so I need you to get this done today because I can't work on Mondays." Jerice Crouch trying to do his part to hoist the championship today and not have to wait and come back on Monday night for decisive game 3.
This is minor league basketball. I mean, people got to work. Fortunately, the Razorsharks don't. This is their full-time job.
Crouch, no.
They're
Do
calling a
not
timeout.
leave him open. Jerice Crouch, number 4.
Lake Michigan needs a timeout right now. They'll do it when they get over here.
Need a break in the worst possible way.
Court tried to take it away.
Whoa, Jerice Crouch is feeling it right now as the Rochester Razorsharks have upped their lead back in the double digits again to 11.
20 points for Jerice Crouch here. This is a 20, it looks like.
Well, you need a breather. You need a breather now with Jerice starting to feel it. And with 8:17 left to go here in the third, Jerice Crouch pulls up for 3. Lake Michigan doesn't want any part of that. We'll be back with more coming up next on ESPN 3.
Joining us over in the Amerks bench area. The Rochester Razorsharks would like to thank Schutz Productions for doing the videography of today's championship game. Genesee Construction Services has been expertly preparing sites, constructing breathtaking buildings, and standing behind every beam and balcony since 1996. If you're considering remodeling a room of your house, call Genesee Construction at 335-9530. Now fans, it's time to make some noise one more time for some t-shirts. Brought to you by Fleet Feet, TSA, and Sky Zone. You've been moderately loud the first 2 breaks, but let's hear it this one. I'm sure you can do better than the last 2. Loudest in the building, free t-shirts headed your way.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 8:17 left to go here in the third quarter, and it's the Razorsharks led by Jerice Crouch that are putting themselves in quite a distance away from Lake Michigan. Now it's an 11-point lead. Franklin with another 3 gets them right back down to single digits. But for a while, the Razorsharks wanted to separate themselves from Lake Michigan. A couple threes by Jerice Crouch did just that, Kevin.
Well, 3 threes. He's got 20 points on the game, 9 in the quarter, and a rare miss for Jerice.
And looked good, but did not go down. Meanwhile, Lake Michigan's Nick Waddell can't get that to go. Barfield rebound, sees Stover. Franklin thought about a 3, hit one a moment ago, will take it, doesn't make it, and that's an air ball.
Now Franklin is 1 for 3 here in the quarter. His 3-pointer, only the third field goal for Lake Michigan here in the quarter. Rochester's already scored 13 points in this quarter.
In Lake Michigan, now listen, they've taken a lot of punches today, and they've come right back. So don't think for 2 seconds that this team is going to roll over here.
No, and they're doing it without Courtney Blackmore, who's on the bench with 4 fouls.
And a block there by Barfield. Let's see if that amps them up. They need some points on the other end. Right now, an 8-point lead. Barfield can't get it to go. Stover with the rebound.
Yeah, nice rebound by Stover, who's right there. Franklin, by the way, 12 points for Lake Michigan.
And Jerice Crouch just speeds through the defense and lays it in for 2.
He's working towards another MVP, 22 points, 11 points in the quarter.
Off the dribble, Franklin. Barfield can't get the roll. Back the other way. Ullman tipped away.
That's Rochester ball. Dangerous pass by Stover. Did not lead Ullman at all. If you're playing pickup football, Stover's going to be my defensive end. He's not going to be my quarterback.
Jerice Crouch had a double-double in last game against Lake Michigan in game 1.
Yep, both he and Randall off the bench. How about that?
And today, depending on, it could go either way. Now, this game's not over with yet.
Nope.
And the Admirals have a few more punches they can throw here. But they're going to need to do this with a 10-point deficit to climb out of now.
Yeah, Franklin with 12. Waddell, who has 14 on the day.
I could make a case for Corey Ullman.
Yep.
If he comes through heavy within the rest of this third quarter and fourth.
I agree with you. You scored 30 points in the first game. That's not forgotten. Yeah. And Ullman here has 16 all in the first half. Odom for them 15 points. Leads all scorers.
They're going to need him, and if they can get Blackmore back in the game.
Yeah, when he comes in, you got to figure his fortunes will change.
Crouch wanted to foul, couldn't draw it. Helton has it, swings it back out. Crouch will try another 3. That's no good. Doesn't get the call there either. Rebound Helton. Gabe Freeman knocked out of his hands and put back in the hood. Put back is good and able to get it to go down.
And credit James Helton with 2 rebounds and the assist there in that possession. When you look at the scoring line, James Helton may not have many points, but he is doing things away from the basket that are helping out this Razorshark team. And he was right there for the putback if he needed it. And I didn't call him Todd.
Not this time. Gabe Freeman at the free throw line trying to complete the 3-point play. 6:19 left to go here in this third quarter. Freeman, no good, but rebound out of bounds. Barfield saying that it was off Helton's foot. And Rochester, I think, is getting the call, and they are.
26 points for Freeman.
Freeman, good to see him back. In that first game, he was sick, did not perform. In this game, he, throughout this year, has been the vocal leader of the Rochester Razorsharks. Yeah. If you've had to ask who is the one guy vocally that has done it on the court with his mindset, with his spirit, and it's got to be Gabe Freeman. So to see him perform today extremely well is a good thing.
And he looked a little banged up, before the game.
Yeah.
Waddell got called for the foul. That'll be his third personal foul.
So, Jerice Crouch at the free throw line, no good, and he might be getting a little tired. A lot of his shots have been front rim.
Well, Crouch hasn't come out of the game. He played all 24 minutes of that first half. Darren Moore's in, coming in for Stover rather.
Second free throw, and he doesn't miss free throws. So I think Crouch might be getting a little tired here after hitting a couple threes, and now front rim problem, back rim problems. Meanwhile, Lake Michigan can't buy a bucket, and that's not good. And
Moore got in the way of that shot for Waddell. Rochester 8 of 9 from the line in the first half. Off balance there.
Helton saves it. Foul and one. No, they're going to say charge.
Yeah, he's going to get called. He must have pushed off coming around the right side of the basket.
See here.
Got the loose ball, though.
Fighting. And they go, oh, there it is. That
little push with the left
push
hand.
To the midsection.
Wasn't even elbow, wasn't a shoulder.
Yeah, it was like a little push off. The ref catches you just got to admit it. Waddell with it, right wing. Moore on him. Over to Odom. 9 on the shot clock. 5.5 left to go, third quarter. Barfield for 3. That's good. Nate Barfield. From downtown. And Helton, pull-up jumper, no good. Tipped around. Picked up by Franklin. They can say stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. Not a lot of room over there.
Yeah. Thought he didn't, but the ref said that he did. Fred Durr.
He won't let him out.
Wants to come in. Ref won't let him do it.
Got to be at the X.
And Helton to Crouch. Ooh. Crouch bumped, and Waddell saying, I'm going to have to take that one.
Waddell's that's going to be 4 for him.
Well, you got to keep him in. Waddell has been very offensive this entire game. And the deficit, well, most people will say, well, why? Deficit's only 9, but you still have a quarter left. I would keep him in. He's been so effective in this game.
Yep, they're going to let him play, although Tim Johnson did come in 6'4", 180 out of Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. He's on the bottom right of your screen, number 10.
So Waddell will take a seat.
Yeah, so you're right.
He is coming out. I'd keep him in, but they might need him later. Right now, rhythmically, he's been one of the bright spots for the Admirals. Crouch, free throw line. 11-point lead for Rochester.
They brought in Robert Cooks, and we talked about this at the Open. The bench for Lake Michigan did not fare well in the first game. Was it 60-13? That was a deficit?
Rochester's bench outscoring Lake Michigan's bench. It proved to be very big in the game. Rochester's got a lot of offense. The reason why I can say that, right now they only have 2 starters out on the court. And trust me, this unit is just as good as the starting 5 unit. Charging foul. They're going to get on Taylor. So call's not going the Admirals' way. And if they don't get that offensive cap taken off, they're going to run into a lot of issues.
Well, you'd think the substitutions here for Lake Michigan will be a minute, and that's it. You cannot afford to keep your starters out of this game for very long, and you're missing Blackmore, who's in foul trouble.
Crouch trying to go around a pick. Swings it over. Fred Durr. Stolen away from him. Out to Franklin. They've got the numbers. They got to finish. Helton fouled. And James Helton, one of the things he is able to do, athletically, he can sprint up and down the court. Long, can defend just about anybody. Look at where he is on that fast break.
Yeah.
And look at where he ends up. Times it perfectly. Ooh.
Well, you see a lot on the offensive end. They see themselves all alone, so they slow down a little bit. That's a good foul by Helton. He's letting him know, hey, we're here. I'm going to give you 2 shots.
Nothing easy today.
But we're here.
Not on a championship game, too.
And this is the same Helton who had those 2 rebounds earlier that led to a basket by Crouch. So he's doing things under the rim that you're not going to see in a scorebook.
Meanwhile, it is Tim Johnson at the free throw line, setting for his second free throw. Lead is now trimmed down to 9.
So he made him work for it.
Still 4:15 left to go in this third quarter. Allman for 3, sets his feet, can't get the shot to go, back the other way. Taylor swings it up. Thought about it for a minute, did Franklin. Jumper, good. Troy Franklin Jr.
Franklin with 5 in this quarter now. He's got 14.
Now a 7-point lead for Rochester with possession. Taylor over to Helton for 3. That's no good, in and out. Here come the Admirals again, trying to cut this deficit down to 5 or even less. Taylor, double team. 3, corner, that's no good. Tipped around, picked up by Moore. Rochester with it. Crouch on the run, squeezing through the defense. Swings it over. Durr for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Franklin. Stolen away by who? Helton.
And
for 2.
Holy cow. Helton had 4 in the first. Couldn't buy a basket here. That is a hard-earned basket, and it looked like Corey took one in the eye.
That is intense.
No. Oh, Corey's going to call for the foul there.
You can see here Fred Durr for 3. Couldn't get it to go. Helton, the only one over there.
Look at that. Well, Jerice is there, but
no,
Helton's in the middle,
yeah.
in the mosh pit there.
But there's 3 Admirals there.
Good to see Helton get in the, well, he scored a basket earlier, so actually he's got 8 now.
Franklin can't get it to go. Put back foul. That's no good. And Cook tried to put it in. Drew the foul. Helton trying to add to his jewelry case as well. He got engaged a few weeks back at the end of one of the games.
Yes, I saw that on the net. I was in Florida working on assignment in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. And with 2:51 left to go here in the third quarter, Rochester with the lead. Admirals hanging around, down by 9. We'll be back with more third quarter action coming up next here on the Rochester Razorsharks Broadcast Network.
X-Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once more to the floor the Lady Sharks.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name Mike. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels music make you lose control, music make you lose control.
Thick legs in shape, shaking both ways, make you do a double take. Rock a showstopper, proper head knocker, tail dropper, do my thing, mother. Make that money, throw it in, booty bouncing down. Everybody here, get it out of control. Get your best off the wall, 'cause misdemeanor said so. Fellas, no one can do it better. She'll sing on acapella. Boy, the music makes me lose control.
This is 100.5 The Drive Music. 100.5 The Drive. The 90s to now. Real music variety. 100.5 The Drive.
Back at live at the Blue Cross Arena with Robert Cooks. First free throw going down. Cuts it down to a 8-point deficit right now for the Admirals of Lake Michigan. Rochester with the lead.
These guys drove a long way to be here. They'd like to see a little bit more of Rochester.
Tipped away after the miss free throw. Taylor thought about it. Will reset the offense back up. Drive out. Jumper. Johnson. No good. Rebounded. Freeman back the other way. Rochester. To Moore. Dribbles. Gets the shot to go and the foul. They are working hard for these points, is Rochester.
And good move by Moore, who knew he was going to get fouled because he was under the basket, couldn't make the shot from there, step back. And at that point, the defender was right over on top of him.
As Moore waited and knew exactly what to do. Just let him come down, and I'll pass him on the way up for the shot to go and one, trying to complete the three-point play. And he does not. Tipped away, picked up by Durr, put back, no good. Rebounded. Barfield violently takes it away. 10-point lead for Rochester, 86-76. Johnson with it, trying to find somebody, gets it to Franklin Jr. For three deep.
Shot that from the locker room.
Ill-advised. Meanwhile, Jerice Crouch back the other way, and one.
And the push. Wow.
That is, Jerice Crouch is in a great zone right now.
Absolutely.
He missed a few jumpers in the middle of this third quarter, but as you can see here on this replay, just accelerating 0 to 60 real quick. Boom.
And Lake Michigan, I'm not saying they're doing anything dirty, but they're giving that extra push, giving that extra shove, and they're doing it to Crouch, and they're doing it to Allman. Again, to let Rochester know, hey, we're here, and if you go up for a basket, you're going to pay for it.
Taylor, cross midcourt. Melvin Council just checking in. Johnson met by Moore, foul. Drawn, it'll be on Darren Moore. It'll take Tim Johnson to the free throw line. It's been a long third quarter, a lot of stoppage and play, but the Razorsharks in that time frame have built up a nice 13-point lead.
Moore with 3 fouls. So Johnson and Cooks have been in a little bit more than 1 minute. They've been in 3 minutes so far, actually about 3:40.
Well, the strategic plan for this would be give as much time for Waddell, if possible, Blackmore to come back in and give that offensive punch you need for that fourth quarter.
Yeah, at this point, I think they're going to sit him for the third. You don't want to put him in and give up a cheap foul with a minute to go.
But it goes to show how important they are, which was my point. Would you leave him in, accept the fact that you now have a double-digit lead you got to fight through in the fourth, or possibly lose them in the fourth, but your deficit is a lot closer.
Well, you've got 9 here. I think that Ace Jackson has made the correct decision to keep them out longer than I expected they would be sitting on the bench.
Council the inbounds. 1:53 left to go here, third quarter. And he will try to find somebody. Need to find him faster. Freeman skies for it. Ball fake, jumper. Would have loved to see that go down. Out. Yeah, that's an old ball fake move. It's playground. Very effective.
I would have been faked out too.
I was faked out, and I saw it.
He's going to get called for the foul. It's Gabe Freeman.
So Freeman will get his.
Ooh, Freeman's got 5.
Yeah.
So he's really the only one in foul trouble right now is Gabe Freeman.
The problem is that he's having a good game.
Yep.
So minute 42 left to go. And first free throw there is good by Taylor. Freeman will take a seat. Dele Coker will come in.
All right, so along with Blackmore, it's going to be Freeman in the fourth quarter, and I think it's going to be fourth quarter until you can't play anymore.
Well, it's going to be, you're right, fifth foul, and they're gone.
Yeah. But I don't think I think he'll start the fourth.
Oh, yeah. If needed. Right now, Rochester has a 9-point lead.
Yep.
Minute 30 left to go here in the third. Durr, baseline jumper, partially blocked, picked up by Cooks. Back the other way come the Admirals. Off the dribble, Taylor met by Crouch, sticking with him. Down low, working against Barfield. More on him. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. And sandwich, Barfield, blocked, put back, Barfield, and one.
Wow.
The Admirals needed it, and they got it.
Nate Barfield is one of the reasons why Lake Michigan has led the West, a very competitive Midwest division for the PBL. Something the PBL did not do this year was send east to west and west to east. They stayed within their own division. So, you know, it's like a foreign territory, so to speak, for these teams to see each other live after seeing each other on tape all season long. The schedule changed a little bit from last year when they did go west.
Crouch will take a seat. Randall in for him for Rochester. Barfield completes the three-point play. So exactly the way Lake Michigan needed it to happen, with a minute 5 left to go here in the third quarter. Rochester only up by 6. We told you Lake Michigan would still have some fight left in them. Durr for 3. That's no good. Rebound. Put back. Foul.
And this is the first time Jerice Crouch is sitting down since halftime.
Yeah.
So he has played every moment up until now. So he gets a well-deserved rest here with a 6-point margin.
See here on the replay, Durr, not able to make the shot. More with that rebound. First free throw by him is no good. Back here live action, but that's how he got to the line.
I thought Coker got fouled there.
They'll readjust on the line. 52 seconds left to go, and one more for Darren Moore. Connects on the second. Back up to a 7-point lead. About a 27-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cross court. Franklin gets the foul, gets the shot off. It doesn't go.
That might be a 3.
But smart play by Troy Franklin Jr.
Yeah, Mel Council hit him in 3-point land.
It's just it's a good basketball play. Stops the clock, 39 seconds left to go here in the third. And gives the Admirals a chance to cut into the lead. See here on the replay, Council, he got caught. I mean, it's good fake by Franklin Jr.
We still have not seen Big Bob, the 7'8" center for Lake Michigan. Bob Wegner.
You might not see him unless one of the bigs for Lake Michigan fouls out of the game.
No, we haven't seen John Blackmore either, the older brother of Courtney Blackmore. Other than that, we've seen the full roster for Lake Michigan today.
Randall, Taylor on him, down low, Moore working against him. Blocked!
Yeah.
And tried to save it was Barfield, who has played very well in this game. Nate Barfield, very impressive here today. Durr to inbounds. Randall met by Taylor. Couldn't get it to go. Does he say foul? Or, yep. Is it foul?
Well, it's definitely shooting.
Oh, yep. It is a foul. And Troy Franklin Jr. and Troy Taylor are
called
making
white 5 there. That's not right.
Making their arguments. Let's see here on the replay. If it's a late call.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't have called that a foul. I also wouldn't have said white 5, which is what he said.
Free throw's good. So Rochester getting a friendly call here. About half a second difference between shot clock and game clock right now. If I'm the Admirals, I'm waiting. They get a shot off, they will. Franklin. Drive, scoop layup, no good. Coker, rebound, 1 second. They're not going to get it off in enough time. That's the end of the third quarter. So what a wild third quarter it was. A lengthy one. But Rochester, after all that, still has the lead, this time by 6. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter coming up next. It's game 2 of the 2015 Premier Basketball League Championship Series here on ESPN 3.
Fans, at this time, please welcome to the floor the coaches of the 4-time national champion Monroe County Sting. The Sting were national champions in 2007, 2008, 2009, and again this January 2015. Also one-time runner-up national champions. They've remained one of the top 10 teams in the nation since its inception. Here today is Wayne Brockman Sr. of Brockman Tree and Lawn Care, owner of the Monroe County Sting, to present head coach Tony Crawford with a special Coach of the Year award.
All right, we'd like to give you this Monroe County Sting 2014 League Champions for T.C. Crawford. Congratulations. Give it up for T.C., Coach of the Year. Get your picture? Here.
Fans, let's hear it for T.C. Crawford and the Monroe County Sting.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, getting ready to start the the fourth quarter. The Rochester Razorsharks with an impressive third quarter, but the problem with that was the Admirals with an equally impressive third quarter. What was a 5-point lead at halftime for Rochester is now a 6-point lead for Rochester at the end of 3 quarters of play. A lot going on here today. Rochester wins. They're the Premier Basketball League champions back-to-back years. The only time they've done that before was 2009, 2008, 2009, and they would do it again for the second time if they get a win today. It would be the end of a perfect season, 16-0. It would also be the franchise's 200th win, and then a trophy on top of that. It's not a bad Saturday, Kevin, if they can get it done here in the fourth.
Not a bad Saturday at all. Not a bad season. They have won 20 in a row at home, 12-0 all time against Lake Michigan. So they pick up just 1 point in that third after all that.
Darren Moore can't get it to go over the rim, stolen away. And Franklin, I mean, it's a foul. There's nothing you can do about it. There was nothing Freddie Dirk could do. There was nothing Franklin could do. It was a very small lineup here for Lake Michigan. Anthony Stover is not in the game. I'm assuming that his foot is bothering him. He was limping at one point. We don't have anyone down on the bench to tell us, but there's quite a size differential here. I'm not sure if it's a foot. He was getting wrapped up, and that tip-in is good for the Admirals. Franklin tried to go for a steal, couldn't get it. Council on the other end blocked. Oh, I don't think it's goaltending. I don't think that's goaltending. Oh, no. I'd reverse that call. That's not goaltending.
Well, let's take a look. By the way, Barfield with a basket. He's got 6 points. It's coming in off the bench. It's been the bright spot for Lake Michigan. That wasn't going down. Yeah, that wasn't on its way down. That was just on the rim. He pinned it against the rim.
And the backboard. It's glass. I mean, it's that. Yeah, but
no, that's okay.
That's a layup. That's a layup, and you can do that as long as it's not on its way onto the cylinder.
If it's on its way down, that's no matter where it is, it's goaltending. And Stover's in now, by the way. Yeah.
Helton, 3. That's good.
Look at that, James Helton.
James Helton pointing to the fans as he knocks that down.
If Rochester can get out to an early lead here and inflict some damage on Lake Michigan, that could do in here's Blackmore coming in Waddell. So Ace Jackson's seen enough.
Well, for now, with 10:45, you've got to cut into this lead. And if it means that Waddell's going to have to play his foul and Blackmore's got to play his foul, this is the time you put all your chips on the table.
Oh, yeah.
This is it here. You don't want the Razorsharks running away with this with still 7 minutes left to go. You want to put in all your chips now so you can force a game 3 on Monday.
Yeah, and again, there's a size mismatch, but the experience is now in for Lake Michigan, and one of the top scorers and also the defensive player of the year last year in Blackmore is in the game. And there's Waddell to Blackmore.
After the miss by Randall, Blackmore thinking about it. Helton comes out to greet him and says, "Won't be easy against me." Franklin dicing through. What a shot and a foul.
Yeah, Moore Stover will get hit for the foul. You got to wonder if Blackmore's going to take a shot here. Moore's going to get called for the foul. Blackmore sat the whole third quarter. You come out for warm-ups and then you sit for that third quarter, which has got to be about 25, 30 minutes.
If you're an Admirals fan, look at this. Troy Franklin.
Whew.
And 1. Wow. Refused to lose.
And Franklin again at Coppin State. It's a good Division I program.
Well, he has done a great job in this game. I'm very impressed with Troy Franklin Jr. And now the deficit cut down to 6. So the Admirals have been counter-punching this entire game. See if they have anything left. Moore, foul, and 1.
Nice assist by Stover.
Well, that was Moore. He had a half-step move on the defense, and that's all you need in this game. So Darren Moore will be at the free throw line to complete the three-point play.
You know, I'm looking at the roster for Lake Michigan. Franklin Jr. out of Coppin State, Troy Taylor out of Evansville, Jerome Odom out of Troy University. They're a run-and-gun program, perfect for this league. Lester Ferguson out of Robert Morris. They've got some players here, and even Blackmore out of Ferris State.
191. The score, Rochester 9-point lead. Admirals with possession. Jumper, no good. Front rim, Moore with the rebound. Helton back up the court, crosses over away from Franklin, gives it up to Council for 3. That's good.
Well, Council getting into the act. Are we going to get a timeout? No, they're going to keep going.
9.5. Oh, foul there on Stover.
Troy Taylor changed directions and ran right into Stover. I thought Ace Jackson was going to call a timeout.
Lester Ferguson back in the game, so you're going to see some of the starters out here get their time in.
And McKinney's in for Rochester. He came in for Darren Moore, who played well in his time.
So for the Admirals, who inbounds, Waddell working against Stover. Shot goes and the foul.
Oh, Stover's going to get attacked.
Oh, don't get hit with it. Don't get hit with it. That was close. It would have been validated if it had come down.
He said he grabbed his jersey. I'm not sure what Anthony said, but I'm sure we can't repeat it. Oh, he did get a tech also.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. He's gone.
Oh, he got ejected.
He's gone.
He just got ejected.
He's gone.
Tim Meester just threw him out of the game.
Yeah, that's it for Mr. Stover. Done for the day. We saw it coming.
He got all right, so we got the original tech under the basket, I would imagine. Of course the bucket counts.
I got to ask, though, if a player does say something away from a ref walking away, is it the same as if you were to say it to his face? So if you were to get in his, I mean, if you're, I'm being serious.
No.
The effort is to get away from him so you can let the steam off.
I would say it depends how big the referee's ears are. Let's take a look. You know, we call them rabbit ears.
Well, you can see here, it's a foul. They're going to get the foul here.
Okay.
He doesn't like it, and he punches the ball.
Oh, and he punches the ball. So there's
he
a tap.
punched the ball, which I understand.
Yeah.
But if he says something and he's walking away,
Right.
is that...
Well, he said it loud enough for the referee. That's pretty loud right there.
No, he's walking toward him.
He's walking right towards him.
No, don't say it there. Now, he's pleading a case. He says you pulled on the jersey.
He didn't pull on the jersey. He pushed him.
Now he walks away, and then as he's walking away, that's when the tech hits.
Yeah, that's...
I got to ask,
I don't know.
if he's upset at the call, but he's walking away from the ref, does it still matter what he says?
Yeah. I guess it depends if he... Well, we may get the explanation right here.
I understand he's angry. He deserved the tech. The hitting the ball thing is not good. But my argument was, if you want him to walk away from you and end the argument, and he's walking away and he says something, I mean, I don't know.
It's a tough thing to do for a referee, especially in a championship game.
But you got to let the athlete let off some steam.
Yeah. Yeah,
if he totally disagrees with the call.
I don't know what he said. I'd like to know what he said.
Well, doesn't matter now. Free throw no good. 9-point lead. And all of that leading to 9:20 to go here in the game. As Franklin, did he just go between the legs?
Yeah, he is fun to watch.
Did I see that right?
And Franklin's there defensively, too.
It would have been better if he scored. That would have made the icing on the cake. Coker, jumper, good.
Boom.
Dele Coker, right at the top of the key, needed that one. 11-point lead, Franklin. Blocked, tipped, Waddell.
Coker picking up where Stover left off with the blocks.
Randall to Council. What an adjustment as Melvin Council able to finish on the other end. And I'm not sure how Franklin feels, but he's got a, I'm not sure if it's a,
no, it's going to be a 30.
He might have pulled something as Franklin and Admirals need him. 107-94. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action on ESPN3 in this championship series.
Greater Rochester and Southern Tier areas. Urgent care now is the fastest way to get medical treatment. Skip the long wait at the emergency room and go straight to Urgent Care now. Maximum Tan is the official and proud sponsor of your Rochester Lady Sharks. They are dedicated to providing you the best tanning experience and have state-of-the-art equipment available today. For your golden brown tan, visit Maximum Tan. Fans, let's hear you for some noise, for some t-shirts. It could be the last time we do this today, so let's leave it all in the arena. Make lots of noise. There are t-shirts waiting for the loudest fans out there.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena. 8:33 left to go here in this game. 107-94 the lead for Rochester over Lake Michigan. And back into the game now, Jerome Odom for Lake Michigan. And Troy Franklin Jr. is favoring, I'm not sure what it is, but it's like a hamstring or leg.
He's been working pretty hard.
He has. He has. They're going to need him in his last 8.5 to make this an interesting game, but it may not be much of a difference.
Unless Ferguson's coming in.
Well, they need some offense, and they need somebody to generate it. Right now on the court for Lake Michigan, Waddell, Blackmore, Taylor with the basketball, Odom, and Ferguson. Waddell fouled. Oh, nope. They're going to say travel.
No.
He can't believe it. He was saying foul. I think it's a hamstring for Franklin, but they're going to need him. Problem.
Yeah, I'm thinking left hamstring the way he was grabbing himself.
That's not good. Randall gets across midcourt with Taylor on him. Randall, scoop layup, gets it to go, and the foul. For the Rochester Razorsharks, we talked about it earlier on in this broadcast, 8:13 left. If the score remains the way it is, and it's a pretty healthy lead for Rochester, 200th franchise win, they will finish the season at 16-0 and become the premier basketball league champions in back-to-back seasons. Odom, that's a big three. So,
first score. No, I'm sorry, not the first score. That's the first three here in the quarter for them.
Gonna need a ton more of those. Randall off the leg of Blackmore, out of bounds. Rochester will remain possession.
They're checking for blood? What's going on?
I'm not sure what this is. I think they're trying to calm down Waddell and the ref. And I think there's somebody else, I don't know if it's on the Razor Sharks bench, saying something. I don't know.
Either that or Coker was talking in his ear.
McKinney, that's no good. Rebound, foul called. And it is a foul, and I believe that's gone Waddell, and I think that's done, the day is done for him.
Well, that's number 5. Now he's got one more.
Well, yeah, they're going to get him now.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
Very effective, though, when he's out on the
Waddell
court.
just walked by, 6'7", 255. This guy's big, too, Dele Coker.
Coker can't get it to go. Barfield and him fighting over the ball. And
it's going to be a Rochester ball. I don't know how he figured that one out.
it's a physical game. Those two have been going at it all day. Coker.
And fans at home, if you get a chance to go to a basketball game, major league, minor league, whatever the case may be with the travel.
Travel on Helton.
You got to sit as close as you can. It is such a different ball game up close. If you can afford it, that is.
Yeah.
Here you can. In Rochester you can. But it is such a different ball game. You see so much physical play. You can hear the players down here, the coaches.
Yeah. Don't bring sensitive ears, though. I'll tell you that right.
Yeah, right. Especially to an NBA game.
McKinney off the backboard and in for 2. So Chase McKinney able to add to the Razor Sharks' 15-point lead. Scoop layup by Blackmore, and he hit the deck awkwardly. You're going to have to take a timeout or stoppage of play. Blackmore hit the deck in an awkward way.
And after all that, it's going to be Lake Michigan ball. Let's take a look.
And when you see this on the replay, it's just the way he just.
Oh, yeah. It's because Dele Coker took him out.
Just wasn't. I saw it live, and it didn't look good. He's all right. Put back there by Barfield. And
Nate's showing some energy for Lake Michigan, and he did that in the third as well.
13-point lead.
They need more Nate.
They need a few threes to drop here. 6:45 left to go. Randall out to Helton. That's no good. Tipped away. Picked up by Franklin. Franklin keeps his dribble. Cross court. Odom for 3. That's no good. Rebounded. Blackmore. Put back. Foul.
Coker or Council. That's Coker. Jerice coming back in. 13-point deficit here. Here's Blackmore at the line.
So Waddell, who took a bit of a breather, will be back in. He can't afford to have any fouls.
And
Darren Moore and Jerice Crouch back to check into the game.
Yeah, I think Moore's got 4. Well, it'll be interesting to see how long Waddell stays in. I don't think he's subbing out this time. It's now or never for Lake Michigan. So Coker's just going to come out for a minute and go back in.
So Jerice Crouch back in the game, 27 points, 9 assists for the Razorsharks. Moving the ball around, lost it, and physical play underneath. I think it's away from the basketball.
So we have McKinney clearing out. It's going to be offensive on McKinney.
Well, for the Admirals, you know, with 6 minutes left to go, you have to have every possession count.
Yeah, you got to be perfect here, and you got to make your shots at the line as well. It's not insurmountable.
No,
by any means, not in this league.
It's not a done deal.
No.
You want to get it to single digits here with at least 5 or 4 minutes left to go in the game if you can. Blackmore, no good. Rebounded by Moore. Back the other way come the Razorsharks. Crouch over to Council. Council spins away. Corner, Helton. Bang, in and out. No good. And look good. Crouch. No. Tipped away. Crouch with the rebound. Another opportunity. Crouch with Franklin on him. Trying to rush him. Tips it away. Crouch gets his handle back. Spins. Trying to find somebody. Travel.
Nope. And that would have been the assist perhaps to give him a double-double. We got timeout coming up.
5:30 left to go here. Don't go anywhere, folks. An 11-point lead is not safe in the Premier Basketball League. Game 2 of the 2015 Premier Basketball League Championship Series. Coming up next on ESPN3.
Affordable prices. Call 730-8730 or check out their web link on the Razorsharks homepage. Fans, during the off-season, check out our Facebook page. We are now posting a lot of new news, trivia, contests, where we are in the community, and so much more. Become a part of our family, share your pictures and memories, and while you're there, be sure to click on like. Fans, join the Razorsharks, Lady Sharks, and Hall of Fame wrestlers for today's post-game party at the Brickwood Grill, located at 250 Monroe Avenue from 4 to 6 p.m.
Everything you do is feeling right. Remember that way you caught my eye? I remember that way you was walking by. Ooh, girl, watch out now. You looked at me, turned around and smiled. Gave me eyes, my heart went wild. Hypnotized, this love starts snapping.
I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Fans, get on your feet, show off those dance moves.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, an 11-point lead, 5:30 left to go. Don't touch that dial. We're not sure exactly how this one's going to play out. Quick offense in this league. You can see an 11-point deficit disappear very quickly. For the Razorsharks, they've been laser focused here in this game too. For the Admirals, they've been trying to pull this upset. And as I said before, they have in every quarter, when it looks like Rochester's going to take over, they've come back. Do the Admirals have enough in the tank to do it here in this fourth quarter? We'll find out in the next 5.5 minutes of basketball play here.
Well, Lake Michigan erased a 9-point deficit in the second quarter to tie the game up at 45. It was tied again, but since then Rochester has led. So it is still possible, but when you get Helton into the mix, Get some bonus points.
I tell you, James Helton has been quality minutes. Franklin, 3, downtown, Troy Franklin Jr.
You called it.
Gotta watch this kid, number 3.
Down to 10.
He's pretty good. Moore to Council, blocked, but over to Crouch for 3. That's good. Woo. It's meant to be if they're falling like that for Rochester. Blackmore, that's no good. Back of the iron. Helton off to the races behind the back. James Helton, scoop layup, it's good.
And now it's that quickly it has changed to 15 points. It's our largest lead.
The energy, pretty big. Blackmore, 3, no good. Tipped away. Picked up by Barfield. Trying to find somebody. Gets it over Odom. Baseline. Last minute to Barfield. Down for 2.
He has been one of the bright stars for Lake Michigan today.
Crouch with Taylor all over him. Moore's going to stay. Taylor gets around the pick in a second one. Crouch for 3. Oh, good. 3.5 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Odom, scoop layup, put back, good.
So Taylor got his hand on that.
Rochester Razorsharks would possession more, one-on-one. Off glass, can't get it to go. McKinney there, not boxing out. That can hurt you.
Rochester won the first game 122-97. They're at 121 right now. Lake Michigan has certainly made it competitive, and I'll say this, Courtney Blackmore, if he's in the game, it could be, if he's on his game rather, it could be a completely different score right now.
Well, I will say this, with 3 minutes left to go in this game, the Razorsharks 121-108. We'll be back to find out if they will be the Premier Basketball League champions tonight here on ESPN3.
This is 100.5 The Drive Music. 100.5 The Drive. The 90s to now. Real music variety. 100.5 The Drive.
Fans, join the Razor Sharks, Lady Sharks, and Hall of Fame wrestlers for today's post-game party at the Brickwood Grill, located at 250 Monroe Avenue, from 4 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back to Blue Cross Arena. Rochester Razorsharks right now sitting pretty, 121-108. Still a little less than 3 minutes left to go in the game, 2:56. But right now, the Razorsharks just need to push up the court, get some points. If I'm the Admirals, try to stop the clock, get some points at the free throw line if you can, make some threes, try to cut this lead down, single digits if you can. And hope the Razorsharks make a mistake. That's the tough part about it. They don't make many.
Well, Blackmore's got to make this basket, which he did. You got to score with the clock stopped. If you're Lake Michigan, every point counts. Rochester been able to play at a very fast pace today. One of the points of emphasis versus this Lake Michigan team. First quarter, we saw that. Lake Michigan making mistakes at a fast pace.
Council over the Crouch. Down low, Coker. Coker, mismatch, draws the right match. Now knocked away. Coker gets it back, fights for it. Foul.
You knew a foul was coming somewhere. He got his jersey pulled earlier.
Well, he draw a double team on Franklin and Barfield.
That's a good call. Is Corey back in?
Oh, Corey Arlen's not on the court.
No, we're I don't know where that replay came from.
What?
Because Corey Allman was in that replay.
Oh. Might not need him or Gabe Freeman the rest of this game.
No.
If we see Dele Coker add to this lead, it more ensures the fact that they will not be back out on the court. Their services will no longer be required.
He was standing here in 3 T-shirts, and I looked at the replay and saw him in there.
Foul
he
called
got bumped
and
in the basket.
one.
Yep.
Good play there by Blackmore. And so Courtney Blackmore will head to the free throw line, and it's not what the Razor Sharks want. They want a runoff. They want to see time expire a lot faster. This is the play here. Draws the contact, does Coker, shot goes. What in that particular situation, though, you still got to put your hands up. You still don't want him to make a shot. He got the contact, knew the foul was going to come, but you want to get your hands up.
Yep. Apparently the clock didn't start, and it's moving now. Okay. I was getting a little tired here at the table. It must have been that third quarter.
Well, it's like sands in that hourglass just starting to just slip away. Still got to play out the last 2:23.
These are the days of our lives, aren't they?
Yeah, I tell you. Well, you know, it's the way it kind of goes. We won't. Our team won't be back together for a while.
No. Jerice Crouch is the first player signed for this season's team.
You see it nearly stolen away. Gets the layup to go.
How about that?
And you get to see why him and Gabe Freeman were the big signings during the offseason for the Razor Sharks. And then you added the return of Melvin Council, who almost got a chance to flush that in. Freddie Durr came back to the team. You had a lot of players added to this team, this roster.
More in Coker staying. You got Stover in the middle.
Stover coming in. More, as you mentioned, in Coker.
And then there's the local kid who just walked by.
Sheehan, who we'll see in a matter of moments. But then James Helton had a stint here before in Rochester, came back. Coker wanted to posterize Barfield and couldn't do it.
Yeah, Nate Barfield had other thoughts.
Thoughts of not being embarrassed. Ego usually does it. Ego finds a way to step up for you.
32-9 for Jerice Crouch. He's upset he's not getting the double-double. I think he might get an MVP trophy.
Well, I mean, you know.
Hey, why not? You know, if you're going to go big.
You got to, for those that don't understand the Razor Sharks' history, as they will walk away with this championship, the banners hanging in the Blue Cross Arena, 4 of them Premier Basketball League championships. Jerice Crouch has been a part of a lot of that success here in Rochester.
Where's the ABA one? There's an ABA one somewhere, isn't there?
Perhaps being held for ransom. I'm not sure where that banner is. Coker free throw. First one's good.
Oh, yeah. So Jerice knew he was coming out, so he was upset he wasn't getting that double-double.
Well, he doesn't need it. And, you know, he's got plenty of basketball the Razor Sharks could use next year.
Yeah. Why not?
Of course, Jerice will probably go on and play in another league. And so what this is, Dr. Sev Hervniak was talking about earlier, where some of these guys get a chance to end their season here, but they can play basketball in another league. And
oh yeah, these guys aren't done. They're going to try and go overseas, and you know, Lucky for Rochester, they're still playing now. A lot of the players in this league, obviously, when the season was abruptly ended, had nowhere to go. And that's no paycheck.
Back the other way as Taylor scores. Minute 15 left to go. And, you know, for the most part, you will have 4 guys, 3 guys sort of hang out, be a part of the Rochester community. I don't know which guys are going to do that, given their opportunities, but a lot of guys do stick around, work on their craft. Sheehan gets the shot to go.
Big hand from the crowd. They know what they're looking at. Oh, look at Coker. Shut the front door for the sound effect.
He does.
Been waiting all day for that.
Council, Sheehan, Coker, thank you very much.
They're giving hugs on the Razorsharks bench. We got 20-second timeout.
They want to bring in a player. Jerice Crouch tied Keith Friel 5 championships. And the funny part about it, you know, Friel, one of the longest-running playing Razorsharks, Keith Friel, and Jerice Crouch, it was almost as if a passing of the torch for the two. Crouch had been here a long time. Friel had been there a long time.
Oh, what's going on there? That's Big Bob wants to get in the game. And by the way, and I told you this earlier in the season, Keith Friel was on the big board of what Rochester was looking for at some point this season. Big Bob's coming in. What is he yelling about?
I don't know.
Bob Wagner's coming in. He's 7'8". You know what? He is not the tallest player that Rochester has ever faced. Jerick, back in 07, Sun Ming Ming, 7'9" for the Maryland Nighthawks. Played here against Rochester. Now, were you here in 07?
You had to see it.
Were you here for that?
Yeah, you had to see it.
Well, he was about 2 inches taller than Big Bob here.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times with these really big guys, you don't see large legs. Bob's pretty good, pretty solid.
Very big guy.
Top to bottom. Although getting up and down the court might be a problem.
Yeah, you have to do it. Oh, what was that? Oh, no.
Oh, and there goes the table.
That's not good.
That's your guy from the paper. That's what they get for not showing up until the championship.
Wow. Oh,
Dele
Coker.
Casey.
Able to cash that in.
Casey got knocked down.
Casey got knocked down. He appears to be okay. 3, no good. Rebound.
Hold it, Kyle. Hold it for the championship.
Yep. And with 7 seconds left, Randall being slightly harassed. Swings it over. Oh.
They actually fouled here.
Well, 1.8 left to go in the game. Sorry about that. 1.8. They want to inbounds and do the official end of this game.
We're just rearranging here.
Well, I think everybody's trying to get in position for this championship to make sure.
I missed it last year. This is great.
Well, yeah, you get to do it. And with 1.8 left to go, the inbounds will come in. That'll be the end of the game.
We have a championship.
And for the end of the game, 135 to 118, the Rochester Razorsharks will win and become the Premier Basketball League champions for back-to-back seasons. And for Rochester, it is a great moment where everybody gets to sort of celebrate and enjoy this Saturday. So for all the fans that came out today, they get a chance to enjoy it. They brought family, they brought friends. It's been a long journey, but it has finally ended with exactly what they wanted. After game 1 and a win, they have gone the entire season 16-0. It is the franchise 200th win. And
13-0 all-time against, as you're doing some rearranging, 13-0 all-time against Lake Michigan, 8-0 at home against them. And, Tariq, after last year, I didn't think they could get a better team. My goodness, what is that? Oh,
we'll find out
confetti.
in a minute. Yeah.
That's confetti. I didn't think they could outdo last year's team. Boy, was I wrong.
Well, they did it, and then not only did it, they did it perfectly. The Rochester Razorsharks are the champions as they are bringing the trophy out to center court, and a lot of people are going to stick around to see it. We want to be able to show it to you. And for the Admirals, a great effort. They fall in 2 games back-to-back. First game, 122-97. Second game, 135-18. And the Rochester Razorsharks on this day are the champions, and the fans got quite a treat. A couple of wrestling legends in town. Got a chance to see them. And franchise win number 200. The end of the perfect season for them. And they'll go down to the court as they get ready to announce the Premier Basketball League champion Rochester Razorsharks.
The trophy.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out for today's game 2. And before we start handing out the awards, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Chris Glisson and his Lake Michigan Animals franchise on a great season this year. And with that, I'd like to present this year's 2015 PBL Championship Trophy to your hometown Rochester Razorsharks. And with that, we have one more award to give out. This year's co-playoff MVPs, Corey Allman and Jerice Crouch.
Corey, where you at, man? Where you at, Corey? Yeah!
Congratulations, guys.
Again, I'd like to thank, this trophy belongs to the city of Rochester for the great fans. There are no better fans in the United States than right here in Rochester, New York, and this one's for you. And let's keep bringing them home. Thank you, fans of Rochester.
Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena. For those tuning in wondering why everyone's on the court, the game is over. The season's over. The Premier Basketball League champions are the Rochester Razorsharks. Back-to-back years, 2014, 2015, and they get to walk off with the trophy here as Jerice Crouch addresses the fans and thanks them. Co-playoff championship trophies, MVP, go to, I guess they took their idea, Kevin.
They must have been listening to the broadcast.
Well, they took your suggestion and my suggestion and gave co-MVPs out to Jerice Crouch and Corey Allman. Both very well deserving, I must say.
Yeah, absolutely. And without the job that Jerice Crouch did today, they're not going to win this game. And you can say the same thing of Corey Allman in game number 1. Fantastic season. So nice to be part of something perfect.
Yeah, well, the Rochester Razorsharks 16-0 season will go down in the Premier Basketball League as one of those to everyone really to aspire to when you have a perfect season. We've seen it before. Right now, Kentucky trying to go for that at the NCAA tournament. We've seen perfect seasons before, but they don't come around very often. So congratulations to the Razorsharks, who can now say they're a part of sports history.
Anthony Stover's walking around with one of those selfie sticks taking pictures. He's tall enough. He is a selfie stick.
Well, he wants to get everybody in the photo.
Hey, it should be interesting to see how they can top this next year. Rochester has been the class of the league. They're going to raise their 5th banner next year. It's been great being a part of it.
Well, I mean, I don't know if there is a way to top it other than to do the same exact thing next year, and I think that's unfair to ask any team to do back to back. I think if you get a championship, that's as good as you can get, but you're not going to be able to do this again, especially when they talk about expansion, bringing in better teams. It's very hard to do this year. Imagine being able to do it for a back-to-back year. I don't think it's going to be able to get done. Well, I must say, Kevin, it's been a pleasure yet again having you in. Back-to-back year. You might be the lucky charm for this team. The last 2 years you've been here, the Razorsharks have won a championship.
You let Dr. Sub know next time you talk to him.
All you want is a championship ring is all you really want. Definitely congratulations to the Rochester Razorsharks for their incredible season. Kevin, it's been a pleasure working with you, to John and the guys in the booth that have never been heard but have been very effective.
We've heard them.
Yeah, trust me, and then some. And so for everyone in the Razorsharks organization and who have been in the front office, the interns who've done the dirty work as well, we appreciate you. The Rochester Razorsharks 2015 season is now over. Kevin, as always, you enjoy your spring and your summer. We'll meet again in the winter, fall and winter. Get ready for a brand new season.
Hopefully we'll see each other in the summer, but we're going to go do a little celebrating. They've got a post-game party, and I don't know how they're going to split up that MVP trophy, but congratulations to Reese and Corey and the rest of the Razorsharks and the entire organization.
For Kevin Helbrenner, I'm Tariq Spence. Enjoy the rest of your day. The 2015 Premier Basketball League champions. They've done it back-to-back with a perfect season, the Rochester Razorsharks.